This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You have a rich person's name. Like, you should be a billionaire with the name Winfield.
And co-host Marnie Winfield.
Checking the microphone. It's going good.
What day is it?
My birthday.
It's March 17th, 2022. It is St. Patrick's Day. It's Marnie's birthday. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
How's your birthday?
It was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, uneventful, but really good.
That can be good sometimes, though.
Absolutely.
Nice chill birthday. A lot of people freak out. A lot of people in recovery freak out when it's their birthday. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, people get drunk. People celebrate their birthday. Oh, I just do it this one day.
Yeah. And my, this day is a big drinking day.
Yeah.
As everybody knows.
So double whammy for you. How'd you do it?
Day at a time.
Okay.
Day at a time. And now that the obsession is gone, it's kind of easy.
Kind of easy. Mm-hmm. You didn't say, oh, it's a piece of cake. It's, oh my God, it's so easy.
It's real quick. I'm real quick to want to say that because sometimes it does feel that way.
You feel like you'll jinx yourself?
Right, exactly. Don't get too confident.
I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's 20. He's youngin'. And I told him, I've seen it. I've heard it. People get cocky, overconfident. Next thing you know, right back at it. And I told him, I was like, yeah, that's why I do a podcast 3 times a week. Used to be 4. I need to change the website because on the website it says we do it 4. Mm-hmm. But because we used to. But yeah, you know, this is something that I do. And did we feel like coming in here at 10:17? No, not really.
Right.
We'd rather be doing other things. But you know what? You support me in my recovery and you're like, okay, I can let Corey go in there and ramble on for an hour, but it'd probably be better if I go in there and join him. Mm-hmm. And I think you kind of like to do it.
I do.
A little bit. And I reward you with other things, like taking you out to dinner on your birthday.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, I got lots of nice happy birthdays. My dad always calls and sings happy birthday.
Should we play it?
Oh my goodness. If you want to.
We could.
Happy birthday to Marnie on the day you're supposed to kiss the Blarney. I don't even have the rest of the song because I like that too much. I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Marnie, and happy St. Patrick's Day, too. Love you. Bye-bye.
Aww. And who was that?
My dad.
Well, at the end.
Mary.
Aww.
Yeah. That's Mary, his squeeze.
Okay.
I guess you could call her that.
There you go. Good. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He didn't really get through the whole song.
No, which is a first.
Your dad is sober.
Yeah, I think he if you wouldn't have guessed that by that voicemail. I know, right?
Man.
So I got that
Yeah.
and that I'm going to play forever.
Yeah, he's goofy. But this is the first time that he's never done the entire song.
That he hasn't done the entire
Has
song?
not done the entire song. But obviously, he cracked himself up with that reference to St. Patrick's Day. So let's let him do his thing.
How do you spell that? Because that's going to be the name of this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Aaahhh.
I don't know. Phonetically, you could just sound it out.
Aaahhh. D-A...
Yeah. K. There's a K, I think, in there somewhere.
Is there?
You know, silent J.
Was he trying to be... It reminds me of the Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing. There's a lot of drinking going on with that movie.
No. And you know, my dad and I were drinking buddies. I've shared that in the podcast before. And
that's so much fun with this.
It's crazy. And you know, he actually got sober when I was sent to my second rehab.
Man.
And he didn't tell me that he had made that change, that he had made that decision. And
maturity of a 4-year-old here over here. Sorry.
So, but then when he decided to stop, he just stopped. His program is his own.
So he didn't come to you and say, "Hey, Martin, let's stop
do
drinking
it together."
together.
No, I think he was questioning if it was doable
For himself.
Yeah, that if he actually put himself out there and said, "I'm going to try to do this," that if it didn't work, then he was a failure. So he just kept it to himself, and I think he was like 7 or 8 months sober when he finally told me.
But were you too far gone at that point when your own addiction, or could you realize, hey, Dad's changed a little bit?
No, I noticed he had changed, but I mean, he was a functional alcoholic, like the epitome of that, the definition of functional alcoholic. And then I was living here in Traverse City, right? And I was in drug court. And so we communicated just sporadically, for over the phone, and then when he came to visit, and I realized like he's not drinking, and he's like, yeah, I put that down about 5 months ago or something like that. It was a while.
You were in drug court, so you weren't supposed to be drinking anyway, right?
No, absolutely.
So
like that's what, right?
Damn, I thought you'd have a couple of bottles, Dad. I'm out.
Oh yeah, he used to buy booze for me, and like my house was the place that people could come because I lived out in the country. But he was my drinking buddy, and obviously times have changed. And he's a kind of a man of few words most of the time. Right?
Yeah,
Until he gets
totally
in that kind of mood. No, but like at our wedding,
Yeah, I went to talk to him, and I was like, Mr. Liston, and he was just like...
No, he didn't. He
So
was
what?
probably, he'll sit there and like in silence, and it's just, you think it's awkward, but he's waiting to figure out like words he wants to say. And then when he decides he wants to say something, he'll put it out there.
Well, he did come up to me, and you were kind of across the room, and he was like, Mr. Winfield, how he talks or whatever. And I was like, oh, hold on, man. I'm going to go make out with your daughter. And I took off. I was like, hold on, man. I'm going to go get me some.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
going to have so much fun with this button.
Man,
I don't know which one's my favorite anymore.
That's hilarious. He'll be happy that he got a button. No, but he
He's going
has
to count.
some, he has some,
17,000 times.
he's very proud of me. I mean, he was there through a lot of shit. My dad he used to track me down, and make sure I was still alive.
Okay, I'm glad that he was there to do that.
Yeah. And he would leave me messages, because I wouldn't, obviously, like most of us, I was not a big fan of answering the phone when I was somebody who was on the other line that I thought was going to give me grief about my poor decisions.
Unless we had something to tell you.
Right. Unless we or need something.
Yeah.
Right. And so I would always be like, I'll talk to him when I'm doing better. I'll talk to him when I feel better. And days would go by, and weeks would go by, months even. And finally he would leave these messages that was like, all I want you to do is just call me and tell me you're alive. That's it.
Still couldn't do it, probably.
No, I did. I did actually at that point, but yeah. And I've shared this before too, is that I think because of how many years he was active in addiction, I don't feel like he felt like he had a place to judge and say, come on already.
That's gotta be tough.
What are you thinking?
What'd
You
you
can't
do
be living
when you were
like
my
this.
age, Dad?
Right.
Well, okay. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you from experience, whatever, Dad. It's not happening to me. I just got in trouble once, and swung on drug court or whatever. Like, I'll be fine.
He was like early 50s when he stopped. And it's never too late, obviously. But
I think the math might be off. Maybe not.
really, what would he be? He's got like 14, 50. If he's got like 14
65.
years. So he was that old.
How old is your father? I don't know. Let's put him on blast real quick.
72, 71, 71, I
He's
think.
late 50s.
Okay, late 50s, yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool though. When we had our, I don't want to call it rehearsal dinner because we didn't really rehearse anything for our wedding. We just showed up and was like, "What's up?
Yeah,
Figure this out." But that dinner was so emotional.
it was. It was
oh my
really
gosh.
beautiful.
It was so crazy because here we are, think I had 2 years. You had a year and a few months, 4 months, something like that, sober. People would say, you guys are crazy. We rushed to the aisle, like that Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
And we got married. Things were going great. I don't keep you sober. You don't keep me sober. I keep myself sober. You keep yourself sober, and together it works, you know?
Yeah.
That's because we realized that this isn't our first go around with it. And we just fell deeply in love. It just felt right. So we get married, but there in the room at the hotel is me, you, your mother, father, Mary, my mom, stepdad, and your dad said a prayer. And I couldn't even talk after that. And people like wanted me to say something. I don't even know if I even did. Like I was so choked up. The emotions were just like it was happy, joy. But I'm getting teary eyed right now. Like just even thinking about it. It was so powerful.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
And he and you can see it and hear it. He's so sincerely proud of me and of you. And he's so grateful that I'm with somebody that is good to me. You know, haven't had that. I never had that before. I had terrible relationships. And so they're like pumped to have you as a
That's the
as a
trick, guys. You
son-in-law.
got to find a woman who's only dated trash her whole life.
Oh God. Well, you know,
Except for that
for
one
what
guy
it's
with the
worth,
tractor.
that was when I was
The
16.
farmer guy. Yeah. Whoa. But no, because my mom, they have empathy for each other because they've been through the same stuff. They can sit down, shoot shit, tell stories, and they'd be like, yup. Well, your dad has a little bit of that. Plus, he's been in them shoes.
Yeah.
You know, so he can have empathy with us and feel like where our moms are coming from. You know, so that's crazy. And man, it was just such a, I guess, a powerful moment. And that's cool that your dad called you
Yeah.
and left gold that we can play forever.
I know.
I even told you, I was like, oh man, our kids are going to listen to our grandkids. I'm like, Grandpa Liston was silly, huh? And we'll just say,
And my mom wrote a really sweet thing on Facebook.
she did.
Yeah.
My mom's a sweetheart. Oh yeah. I texted her this morning. Let me read it.
Yeah, you talk to my mom more than I do. Do you know that?
Well, she does buy me extra gifts at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like after Christmas. She's like, oh, did you want more of those? Okay, I got you. I'll hook you up. Great son.
Yeah, she absolutely adores you.
So I said to her this morning in a message of typing on my phone, they call them text messages. I said, happy best child day. Blank amount of years ago today, you welcomed your best child into the world. She tested your will and strength more than the others. She helped you understand how strong you really are. Love you. And then I did a birthday cake and then a heart and then a wink with the tongue out.
Yep.
She said, Corey, you're so awesome. How did I not have you? Oh, no, she didn't say that. She said, oh, that she did. She's the keeper. That sweet, smart, beautiful girl. Thanks for the message. What are your birthday plans? You better treat my daughter good, you piece of... Nah, she didn't say that. But she said, love you back. The heart. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought, you know, because they do like to know that they did have a part in keeping us alive. Mm-hmm. Not just through the drinking years, but like growing up. You know, they told us, don't play in the street and all that stuff.
Right. It was so much harder when we were older.
I know.
You would think it would be the other way around.
Yeah, and then we started like comparing. Well, I did. I started comparing myself because I'm like, yeah, you know, I really put my mom through hell. But then I started thinking like, hold on, let's stop this because I think my sister's, she's got years. You know, she's 30, so like 13 years, 14 years that she has to make up. Which you can make up real quick if you let it go wrong. And I hope she doesn't. I'm not saying that I want her to, but right now, when I was 30 and compared to her 30, I think she's kicking my ass.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna, hopefully it'll level out. And it has over the years, I would say. Mm-hmm. But I think she gave me a run for the money though, for sure.
Do you think that family members or friends that have seen the struggle and then start falling catch themselves quicker, or
That's a good question.
are people more mindful that
think-
like I am starting to be like him, or I'm starting to have behaviors like her?
I think if your IQ is lower, then yes, you catch it and say, I don't want to do it. But if your IQ is higher, that's not going to happen to me, man. Brett couldn't hold his stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not like him.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen to me. But I think and I'm serious about this. If your IQ is lower, I think people tend to go, oh, okay, tell me what to do kind of thing.
Right.
And a wife could go, hey, you're being just like Brett. We're going to quit the drinking. Okay. Okay. I'll do that. Yeah, a friend of mine and I were kind of talking about that the other day on the phone, and it kind of had to do with AA and sponsors and stuff. And I told them where I stand, and I kind of threw it out there that most people don't like to be told what to do. And he said, yes, they do, Corey. I thought about it. Yeah, a lot of people do like to be told what to do. Me, not one of those people. You know, if you tell me, well, you have to do it like this, you're like, I don't. Don't tell me what to do. I'll do it my way. My way's better. Mm-hmm. My boss in Arkansas used to tell me, he's like, Corey, you spend so much time trying to figure out an easier way to do things that you spend more time if you just would have done it. Yeah, man, but that's not how I roll. There's an easier way to do it. It's a better way to do it.
Yeah, but doesn't that end up saving you time in the long run?
Well, it would have, yeah. And it did. Yeah, it did. My coworkers were so pissed at me, and I didn't care because when I worked for iHeartMedia, and this is the biggest radio company in the world, right? And that's mostly because other countries don't allow public radio. Anyway, so yeah, so they do these contests every hour or whatever. You could win $1,000. Listen for the keyword to text in. Well, then they would send you like a shell, like an open and a close, where it would come from wherever. I think mine came from New York, and they would post them on this website. So we'd have to go to the website. We'd download all the opens, and there's 12 a day. Do the math, how long that's going to take. And then you have to go find the keywords, and you have to match them up, and you have to put the word in, and then mix it down, and you had to dub it into the computer. 12 of them. Well, there's 100 rock stations. Why doesn't one person just do that and send it to a number that would go to everybody? Pretty simple. I don't know. And my boss was like, well, man, don't worry about it. That's what they tell you to do it, do it. So I would wait for the guy in a different market to do it. And then I would just send it to myself. And it would just go on the computer magically. Very cool. And my coworker's like, that's cheating. I'm like, no, that's efficiency, bro. Peace
Nice.
out. I'm going home.
Drop the mic.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just stupid stuff like that. I'm like, do they just want to make us feel like we're doing something? Like what? This makes no sense to me because it was the same keyword. Mm-hmm. And that was the kind of the trick of it all because they make you think, listen and win. No, you're competing against everybody in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good luck, text in. And then you realize, oh, now they got your text number and you didn't see that little thing that you clicked and said, sure. Well, they just sold your stuff to somebody. Hey, hopefully you get good insurance rates from whoever. You know, like people didn't realize that, like, oh man, they're making a killing off this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were. So anyway, that's a little insider, a little too much probably insight, but yeah, it's something that I do like to spend time on, bettering things to make it easier for the future. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday again. I don't remember what we were talking about. I didn't mean to ramble, but what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Time travel?
But
No.
I did have a friend reach out to me, and she wanted my input on the fact, okay, so her drug of choice was pills, right? So opiates. And we all know that those pills exist because they were created by pharmacists for a reason, to function for certain purposes, like pain relief. Now, just because somebody has a drug of choice and opiates is their drug of choice, and they happen to have a surgery or have an accident, she was wanting my input on would that can be considered a relapse if she took those pills?
Did you tell her to listen to the podcast from like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
You
Well,
did?
no, I didn't. No, because I wouldn't even know what episode
It's not
to
the
tell
same
her.
friend, is it?
No.
They wouldn't have asked you again.
No.
What I mean, and that's what'd you tell her?
Well, I just said, because, I mean, here's the thing. Like you and me, we identify with being in recovery.
Right.
Like we celebrate it. And it's part of me describing, like if they said, hey, real quick, tell us a little bit about who you are. That would be a part of my story. That would be a part of my introduction to me.
It helps us stay sober.
It's a big chunk of,
We're proud of it.
And it's a big chunk of my life, you know, and I am proud of it. Other people may not really put that much importance on the fact that they no longer drink or drug, right? That being said, I feel very strongly about saying I'm a person in recovery because it means something to me. It means that, you know, I don't take any mood or mind altering substances. Now, then again, so my drug of choice is alcohol, right? Mm-hmm. If I took a pain pill, do I consider that a relapse?
I would say no, because are you using it to get high?
Absolutely not.
There you go. And
that's really the question. That's really the identifier.
And it's tough because I had that same thing a few weeks ago, you know, where with the pancreatitis and the surgery and the gallstones, all that crap. But I noticed myself every 4 hours, I got to take another pill. And that became a problem. And I didn't like that. And I felt like I was like, whoa, this is some addict behavior, you know, and it was tough. And then like the withdrawal, the mental withdrawal, the emotional withdrawal from that was crazy. You know, it really wasn't physical, but ugh.
But did you ever feel high taking the medicine? No. Right. No, seems neither for me.
But the behavior, it was setting it up though. Like if I would have just kept going or la la la, I didn't know any better. But yeah, when I started looking at the clock and I was feeling different. You know, not high, but I was just feeling like it's just I didn't feel like myself anymore. And yeah, that scared me. And I was like, no. Yeah. But
yeah, so to answer the question is, I agree with you. I think is if you are using a substance to get an effect of being high or being drunk, etc., feeling some kind of way that is not in your see, we're not supposed to use the word abuse anymore.
No.
So forget that. But just saying, using it to get that effect, then is that a relapse? You know, so there's all kinds of questions. And I said, it's really, it's up to you, you know, how you want. Do you want to say you no longer have 2 years or whatever it is that she has now? Because.
Well, and if you ask a recovery coach, they're going to tell you
that it's a gateway drug.
No, they're going to say you're in recovery when you say you're in recovery.
Oh, I thought, okay, so the definition.
Again, yeah. I've taken the training. I guess technically I have a little certificate, but I could never be a recovery coach. There's I don't know. Again, I don't like being told what to do. And no, I don't. And like this example is like, okay, if somebody drinks a half gallon a day and now they went down to a fifth and they say they're in recovery, well, that's harm reduction. No, because now their fifth, instead of being 70 proof, is 100 proof. And they're still drunk. And like, what? I don't want to talk to that person. Nope.
But you're in recovery. That's a given, though.
No.
I don't think anybody would get away with thinking that was not being in recovery.
Nope. You're in recovery when you say you're in recovery. And that's harm reduction. He's doing good. And I said, well, I'm not going to waste my time. I got no time for that.
Well, then that's not the kind of recovery coach you would be.
And that's why I'm going to be a movie star. How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
It's good. Dream big, babe.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not trying to slam people for what they believe in or what they think. I'm just telling you what I think and how I feel. And that's it. You know, and I already told you, I'm not going to do that. So whatever.
And you know what? Go to a meeting and share about that. You know, that's my input. That's what, you know, you just shared how you feel about it. But other people are going to think different ways about it. Some people would be like, shame, shame, shame. You know, I don't even know what you're doing here. You don't belong here.
So take your podcast away.
And others would be like, absolutely, you know, just, you know, don't let other people define, you know, what recovery means to you. but I don't know.
Like, hey man, I only do 18 lines of cocaine every day, but I don't drink anymore. I'm in recovery.
Well,
You're in recovery when you say you are.
Right. Well, we talked about the California sober coin that Hollywood came up with, or I don't know who came up with it, where it came up with, but that,
if it works,
people that drink very, very seldomly and partake in marijuana.
Yeah, whatever. And the bottom line is, though, worry about yourself.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I can't just smoke weed. I can't just do a line of coke. I can't drop acid.
Right.
It'll all lead me back to alcohol.
Yeah.
Which almost killed me and led me down a path of destruction and just horribleness. Horrible. And I'm doing so much better today. And I'm not just not drinking. I'm doing things that are moving me forward. And I have goals, dreams, being a movie star. I'm going to start a movie with Brad Pitt.
Who else? How about Nicolas Cage? Because I know you love him.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure, I'm sure he would do one.
I would have a better shot at getting in a movie with him because he's in a movie every week.
Just send him a script. Just, be like, this is what I'm doing.
I'm like, hey,
because he doesn't turn him down, obviously.
Will you play me?
I like him, though.
I mean, I do. His brother worked, again, for iHeartRadio.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In New York.
He probably would not be. Have you ever thought about actors and actresses or like people that are famous and been like, he's probably not fun to hang out with? He's probably mean. Do you think he would be fun to hang out with?
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
No.
Yeah, absolutely not. I don't think so either.
Brad Pitt. Yeah.
We should do that. We should be like top 5 people famous people you would like to hang out with.
All right, let's do it Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. It's on. And how about top 5 famous people you think would be terrible to hang out with?
Can I pull from my list of people I've hung out with?
I think that's kind of, I would.
Or are these people that we've never met?
No, people you've never met. Okay. Because you're making this judgment on if they're fun and entertaining and kind. Yeah, you can do that.
So Celebrity Saturday, everybody.
Celebrity Saturday.
Yeah, tune in, bro.
Yeah.
Check. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening, though. Marty's birthday is a special day for her.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
A lot of fun. Yeah. We're going to have some information posted if you're in Northern Michigan or just want to see what we're up to on our website very, very, very soon. There's some big stuff going on, too. I thought, well, no, we didn't say we're going to announce it today, but we're going to announce that soon, hopefully. It'll be fun. But thanks for listening. 217recovery.com is our website. App is free. Download it and enjoy it.
Night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Be on the lookout for a big old van in Northern Michigan. To find out where it will be, check the app or 217recovery.com. Will you recorded that? Oh. Boy, that's a big old van.
Had to.